Breaking news out of Washington, D.C. The Supreme Court has upheld President Trump's travel ban. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for Arkansas Today. I am Aaron Nolan. The ruling along partisan lines with a 5-4 vote. Now, the ban restricts entry for people from 7 countries to varying degrees: Iran, North Korea, Syria, Libya, Yemen, Somalia, and Venezuela. This is the third version of the ban. It was issued in September. It appears the Little Rock Air Force Base will not be asking the Air Force Base to house immigrant children that were seized at the U.S.-Mexico border. Defense Secretary James Mattis says Fort Bliss and Goodfellow Air Base, both in Texas, will be used. Now, last Thursday, Defense and Health and Human Services officials toured Little Rock Air Force Base as a potential site to house immigrant families and children. An Arkansas congressman believes he has the solution to reuniting separate immigrant families faster.
I think something that would really help our Border Patrol would be to have the quick swab DNA tests where they could get those results back very, very quickly.
That idea may be part of a larger immigration bill the House will vote on later this week. Experts say DNA swab tests aren't foolproof and will only track biological relationships, not necessarily legal ones. And now to Omaha, where the Omaha Hogs were supposed to play Game 1 of the College World Series last night. But Mother Nature threw a little bit of a curveball, so tonight is Game 1. Our Drew Ammon is giving us home run coverage. All right, I'm done with the puns. Here's the Big Trail Nation.
Hey, what's going on, Aaron? Yeah, we are set for baseball, Oregon State and Arkansas. We got Jesse, we got Paul, and Jesse actually drove overnight to get here. This is your first trip to Omaha. What's it been like for you?
It's been pretty fun getting here, seeing TD Ameritrade. It's pretty awesome.
Good deal.
Really enjoyed it.
And you're from Atkins, Paul, but you now live here, or not in Nebraska, but in Iowa. So you're pretty nearby. You're about an hour away. First of all, I love the Hog Hand.
Yeah, I only live about an hour away, so I get to see every time the Arkansas makes it to the College World Series. So it's great. The fan base is great. Woo Pig Suey.
Absolutely. You guys, you guys are dedicated. You guys have been out here since what, like 6 a.m.?
He was here at 6. I got here about 7, just a couple minutes before 7.
Okay, that's good enough. Still props to you.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
You got a great story here, Jesse. Let's talk about this glove just for a minute, because this is Luke Bonfield's glove from his freshman until his junior season. He's now a senior for the Razorbacks, but kind of give me a little backstory on this and how you got this glove.
Okay, so what happened is on Mother's Day, Luke Bonfield hits a home run. A bunch of his family members try to get the ball for his mom and aren't able to get it. I try to get the ball for his mom, aren't able to get it. Talking to his dad, found out that he likes Casey Mize too, and the home run ball that he hit. Well, I actually had that ball at home, and so I told Luke I'd bring it for his dad. And so when I took it up to him the Wednesday before regionals, he said, "Hold on a second, Jesse, I got something for you." He ran back into the locker room, come out and gave me his glove from his freshman to his junior year.
Great story right there, and there's several stories like that out here. Again, this GA line you can see here, it is in full. It really extends, and we've been driving by it each day here in Omaha, and the Hog fans out in full force. Again, Jesse and Paul with us. Guys, thanks very much. Good seeing you. Yeah, absolutely. All right, you guys have fun. Yeah, there you have it, Aaron. Again, out in full effect, these Razorback fans, and we're set to go. Again, this place seats about 24,000 fans, but they've had more than that in the past for some baseball games, and I don't expect anything different tonight as Oregon State and Arkansas will meet here in the College World Series, Game 1 of the finals. Back to you.
Drew, I do need to ask a little bit. We see the fans out there now with a sunny sky. Last night, though, I was really impressed with those Hog fans who were staying as late as they could, calling the Hogs in the rain. How impressed are you that the fans are really there, kind of flexing their muscle?
Yeah, really impressed. They're about 6.5 hours from Fayetteville, so again, a short distance, if you will, and you look at it, from DJ's dugout where we were reporting live yesterday, late afternoon, to the GA line here, they're really dominating the attendance here. There's no question. Again, the short distance certainly is a factor, considering the Oregon State fans come all the way from Corvallis, but, this is kind of like Baum Stadium here at TD Ameritrade Park, so I don't expect anything different as far as this game tonight. Arkansas fans out in bunches as Arkansas takes on Oregon State, this SEC Pac-12 showdown.
Drew, maybe a Cornhusker version of Baum Stadium. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We'll talk to you tomorrow, hopefully after a Razorback win at 6 o'clock. Razorback fans aren't the only ones getting ready for a possible win tonight. Police are also preparing for the post-game crowds. Sergeant Tony Murphy with the Fayetteville Police Department says they plan to have 15 officers patrolling Dixon Street. He says the mood of the crowd depends on the outcome of the game. They're typically a little bit more upset when the Hogs lose, obviously a little happier when they win. But one of the priorities is making sure people aren't drinking and driving after those games.
You know, we're just out there to make sure everything goes off without a hitch and everything's safe, and people can remember the win in the baseball game and not remember going to jail or some kind of other incident occurring that isn't a good memory.
Many of the officers are also Razorback fans, so they too are hoping that Arkansas brings home a national title. They have got to win 2 out of the next 3 days to bring home that title. To Agent Orange during the Vietnam War now heads to the Senate. The bill was passed by members of the U.S. House of Representatives last night, called the Blue Water Navy Act, and it helps thousands of soldiers who were exposed to the toxic by helping them become eligible for full VA benefits. Congressman Bruce Westerman was one of the co-sponsors.
I think it is pretty cut and dry. If you served America through the armed forces and were exposed to Agent Orange, our grateful country should cover the medical expenses. Our veterans make great sacrifice, and they deserve the best benefits and care possible.
The bill would also provide benefits for vets whose children were born with spina bifida as a result of their parents' exposure to Agent Orange. Nationwide, there have been several cases of the dog flu. Recently, 2 have been reported in Washington County. The Springdale Animal Hospital has a shipment of dog flu vaccines on back order to help combat the spread of the virus. Local vets say the virus is easily transferable just like the human flu and can be aggressive, causing severe respiratory infection to your pet, including pneumonia. Arkansas is last in the nation in several disturbing categories, including bullied teens, teens who have seriously thought about suicide, teens who are forced to have sex, and teens who have driven drunk. The results from the CDC also show Arkansas high schoolers are more likely to have carried weapons on school property and to have been threatened or injured with weapons at school.
All of these behaviors that we see in this report are behaviors that kids are modeling on their parents.
Now, there is one positive note. The number of teens who say they smoke cigarettes daily has gone down 37% 10 years ago to 14% now. Today, a newly designed Arkansas driver's license was unveiled. The Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration said the new card will be issued beginning July 9th at certain revenue offices, but each of the 134 revenue offices throughout the 75 counties of the state of Arkansas will be issuing the new card by August 28th. The new card features distinctive Arkansas images. You see a lot of diamonds. Former President Bill Clinton visited former President George H.W. Bush at his home in Maine. A photo posted by President Bush shows off something unique. He's got Clinton on his socks. Yeah, Bill Clinton socks. Another photo posted on Twitter showed the 2 former presidents with President Bush's new service dog, Sully. There's Sully. Happening today, a World War II soldier will receive a Medal of Honor. President Trump will honor Army First Lieutenant Garland Merle Connor during a ceremony at the White House. His wife and family will be there. He died in 1998 at the age of 79.